million, 7%, 36 months, 3% equity.
How can you kickstart your dreams? Why not try these winning Kickstarters? You've got a millionaire idea for a new product, but the problem is you only have $37 to your name. How are you going to fund it? Shark Tank, bank loan, bank robbery. How about just straight up asking strangers for the money? Surely that can't work. The multi-billion-dollar valuation of sites like Kickstarter and GoFundMe begs to prove you otherwise. So before you shelves that billion-dollar plan, let these inspirational stories show you how it can be done. Surprise! 4 Secret Novels by Brandon Sanderson. Asked for $1 million and raised $41,754,153. Brandon Sanderson was already an award-winning author of some of the most beloved fantasy book series like Mistborn. And this was his second crowdfunding campaign, the first one raising $6 million. The whole Kickstarter page was just a letter to his fans, setting out exactly what he was offering. If you liked his books, back him and get to read some more. Except these weren't even set in a new universe, they were standalone, so it attracted new readers as well. No flash, no gimmicks, just good reads, and it made him bank. Pebble time. Pebble Technology asked for $500,000, raised $20,338,986. Pebble has 3 of the most successful Kickstarters of all time, and each time selling the same thing, a smartwatch. Surely you'd think that market was sewn up by Apple, Samsung, and Fitbit. Turns out people don't like markets being stitched up, and sometimes they like the little guy. A small pebble can make a big splash if you throw it just right. In the end, Pebble was bought out by Fitbit, but for years they proved that if you're little, independent, and make good stuff, you can win people over. Coolest Cooler. Coolest Cooler asked for $50,000 and raised $13,285,226. The Coolest Cooler may have raised one of the highest ratios of asked to and received $13,285,226, and with 62,642 backers from the most individual backers. It's also proof that with some humor, a fun video and showmanship, people will invest their money in complete junk. The Coolest Cooler apparently could cool your beer, play music, recharge your batteries, and even save your marriage. But it didn't really do any of those things. In fact, it didn't do any of them as production costs were too high and it was never produced. It did inspire a host of imitators to make very similar stuff and sell it on Amazon and Wish. Frosthaven. Requested $500,000, raised $12,969,608. This the most successful board game Kickstarter of all time, although no units delivered yet. One hopes there aren't many people hoping to play a game with a chilled beverage from their Coolest Cooler. Despite being 4 years late, the backers are politely waiting and not demanding their money back. Why is this? Much of this is attributed to founder Isaac Childress. He has published over 100 updates and is in constant contact with the backers and is a respected authority on the board game industry. So backers will back you if you treat them with respect. That's a useful lesson. Pebble 2 Time 2 Plus All New Pebble Core. Asked for $1 million and raised $12,779,843. How did Pebble get to be on this list twice? By knowing both their limitations and what they had to offer. Pebble 2 was designed to be easily upgradable with no ambition to have much prosperity software, meaning this was the smartwatch you could load Spotify on. What, no Pebble rock and roll music? That's just fine. Enthusiasts backed the product because they knew they were getting more than they thought Pebble was bargaining for, and Pebble got far more funds than they needed. Indeed enough to hang in there and make it to the top of this chart. So those are the top 5 Kickstarters of all time. Did they inspire you to take your ideas to market and see who's ready to support them? Remember to be fun, be reliable and honest, and people will come to your door. Maybe we'll back your next Kickstarter project.